We have moved into the music hall here at FM 101.9, and I'm joined by 7 musicians who blend funk and soul with rock, I guess, to create a sound that's hard to characterize, but it's slightly reminiscent of Sly and the Family Stone meets War meets the 90s. They've just released their first album. It's called Boxing Gandhis. That's also the name of the band. Welcome to the music hall.
Hi.
Hey, hello,
Tell me the truth. Did you read that right off a bio?
No, I didn't. I was trying to figure out how do we describe this music, and you got to get the 90s in there somewhere.
Gotta get
But
it
yeah,
in
there's
there.
definitely a Sly sound.
Yeah.
Where did the name Boxing Gandhis come from?
Leaked out of David's head.
It leaked out of my head one morning. Just kind of it sounded funny, so we ran with it, you know?
It had nothing to do. This I got from the bio, the oxymoronic thing.
Well, I am an oxymoron. There's no doubt about
He
it.
is.
But no, it leaked out and it seemed to fit. But we made it fit after the fact. We said Boxing Guy, and he said that sounds pretty good. And then after people asked us over and over and over again what it means, we had to start making things up. So if you give me a few minutes, we'll come up with something pretty inspiring. You know?
All right, while you're thinking of it, why don't you do a song so everyone out there can hear the Boxing Gandhi sound
Yeah.
in the music hall at FM 101.9.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. What if the sun don't rise when it's supposed to? What if the birds stop flying? When will the air turn thicker than water? If you love me, why am I dying? Sing on. What if the sun don't rise when it's supposed to? What if the birds stop flying? When will the air turn thicker than water? Thicker than water. If you love me, why am I dying? Drilling all my oil for gas to get your car to speed. I'm killing all God's creatures for a jacket chipped on me. I'm making up new poisons just to throw them in the sea. I'm burning down the jungle so you get your burgers cheap. What if the rain don't fall when it has to? What if the babies stop drying? When will the sun burn live like a fire? Like a fire. If you love me, why am I dying? All I see are death is turned till nature's wanting bear. This is not the way to treat this life or death hotel. Nuking everything inside, trying to keep the peace. Maybe if you keep this up, I'll terminate the lease. What if the sun don't rise when it's supposed to? Don't rise when it's supposed to. What if the birds stop flying? When will the air turn thicker than water? Thicker than water. If you love me, why am I dying? Like this. like that.
Boxing
Look at
Gandhis
him.
live in the FM 101.9 Music Hall. I want to introduce everyone in the band, but when people hear your music first and then they see you, are they surprised that you're a bunch of white people?
Well, we have a problem.
Well-
The Mexican and Filipino and Indian
Okay.
members of the band really don't appreciate
Okay.
that. But
Let me
do you mean
rephrase that.
we're
That there are
not
no
black?
African Americans in the group because you have a very black, funky, soul kind of sound.
Well,
Well,
yeah, some people have been
we eat a lot of soul food.
been a little surprised, but nowadays the influences that make everyone's music has been around so long that we don't think that means anything to anybody anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got like Japanese country and western playing friends. I got black rock and roll friends. I got
Yeah.
everybody
That's
doing
true,
everything.
isn't it?
I don't think it makes
Yeah.
any difference at all.
How about the Asian
Well,
metal?
acquaintances.
We've all melted together, and music is music.
Yeah, it just so happens that where we grew up and what we grew up listening to makes this kind of music. Just because we just listen to records, and I don't know about anybody else, but when I was listening, I really didn't care what color they were.
No, it doesn't make a difference.
No.
The music is good. That's David Darling talking, and you're basically the founder of this band, is that right?
You betcha.
He is.
Okay, so you were all working studio musicians around LA, and David, you met Bree. Is
Yep.
it Bree? Yeah. At a recording session. You guys have since married, and then how did you put together this group of great musicians?
I called up all the people I thought would like it,
I called up all the people I thought would like
and
it.
they did, and here they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Carl Seelove on bass, we have David Kate
Yep.
on vocals, guitar, and percussion, David Darling on vocals, guitar, bass, and percussion, Ernie Perez. Is this Ernie? Yeah. Ernie does vocals and saxophone. No sax here today.
No room.
Alfred Ballesteros.
Alfredo.
Alfredo. Is that you around the corner that I can't see?
Yeah.
In quarantine, man.
Playing, playing the flute this morning, but you also play saxophone. And Steve Samuel on drums.
And we have a
Alright.
keyboard player that just couldn't fit in here, Ted
Yeah.
Andriotis.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now you are going to join us tomorrow night and Friday night at the two FM 101.9 Unwrapped shows at the Hard Rock Cafe. So is this
You
the
bet.
configuration we're going to see, or are you going to?
No, that'll be full band. That'll be Steve playing an actual honest-to-God drum set instead of just a snare, and Ted Andriotis playing keys, and horn players with horns.
And we'll be Mexican.
And I'll have some
Tomorrow we'll be
percussion
Mexicans.
music.
But, nah, it's the full deal. A little louder.
David, you wrote most of the lyrics, most of the songs, actually.
Yeah.
And your lyrics run the gamut from kind of the serious to the offbeat and funny. What inspires you?
Whatever I happen to be thinking about at the moment or on a particular day. You know, I watch a lot of news and it pisses me off, and some of the tunes come from that.
And Stoli Shania.
Tell them about
And I watch a lot of the Brady Bunch, and it makes me crazy, and I write tunes that make no sense. You know.
So it all comes together.
yeah.
All right, Boxing Gandhis are our guests in the FM 101.9 Music Hall. Would you do another one for us?
Yes, we would. In this house. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Come on now.
Right next door, young couple fighting, fresh out of money and dreams. Down the block, some young men hanging, no hot job offers it seems.
There's no pretty picture. I look out my door. It's so hard to keep it all at bay. But in this house, there's nobody crying.
Nobody crying,
No outside influences to blame.
nobody to blame.
In this house, there's nothing but my family where it should be. And I'll do everything I can to keep it all this way.
On the news, latest sensation.
Latest
Like
sensation.
big hunting from cars.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't no joke.
No,
The streets get hungry.
the streets get
Do
hungry.
you know where your babies are?
There's right ways and wrong ways. I've seen everyone, but worse is doing nothing at all. But in this house, no word to grow.
No misunderstanding left to grow.
In this house there's nothing but my family where it should be.
Okay.
And all my heart's invested here and no one doesn't know.
When it comes
When
to
it comes
love,
to
no
love,
one is
no
a stranger.
one is a stranger.
If we live the positive,
Forever we will grow.
and if you ask me, I can't tell you about the future. But there's two things that keep this house whole. In this house there's love. Every single day. In this house there's hope.
There's so much hope. Come on.
In this house there's love. Oh yeah.
In this house there's hope. That's right.
Oh yeah.
In this house no soul is left neglected. No one has to brave it on their own. Caring and compassion are the lessons every day. The student turns to teacher when they head up their own home. In this house, in this house,
is so damn funky.
in this house,
Can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it?
in this house,
Oh, yeah.
in this house, there's nobody crying. Like that.
Boxing Gandhis
I got
live
one.
on
Thank
Music
you.
Hall at FM 101.9. Their debut album is out. It's self-titled. It's called Boxing Gandhis. Right now, you can see them tomorrow night at the Los Angeles Hard Rock Cafe or Friday night at the Newport Beach Hard Rock Cafe as they join us to gather Toys for Tots.
Bring the toys.
Bring the toys.
bring the
Yes.
toys.
That's all it costs you to get in the door. Doors open at 6:30. Show begins at 7. And thank you for joining us.
It
in the
was
FM
our
101.9.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.